Thank you, everybody, for coming. Sorry for the delay. We're so glad to have you here. I'm Linda Finnerty. I'm the Communications Director for the Department of Education, and I'm just going to be here behind the curtain, moving things along. So I'd like to first bring up our Deputy Superintendent, Chad Auer.
Stop that immediately. All right. This is definitely an exciting day. Thank you for being here. Linda has been very excited for a long time about this day. We are celebrating an important milestone in Wyoming's education journey by launching the first phase of the Teacher Apprentice Program. In my view, educational leadership requires creativity, innovation when we're faced with complex challenges. And I think that this program is definitely an answer or an example of that type of leadership. I'm looking around and I'm seeing a lot of faces of people who worked very, very hard on this. You should be very proud of yourselves. You are definitely Wyoming heroes for doing this work. And I'm glad that we have Brendan. He was there. He's not behind me, okay. I'm glad that we have Brennan and Director Cooley here to talk too, because this hasn't just been a WDE effort. This has been a Wyoming effort. And we have folks, the Superintendent of the Year and Board Member of the Year, I think, is that correct? From Teton County, came all the way down just for this. They also have another thing that they're gonna go to also, but this was the main event, I'm positive, that they were here for. But this is certainly something to celebrate, and you should all be proud of yourselves for being a part of this. It's going to make a lasting impact in Wyoming. We need qualified, dedicated teachers. We need more of them in Wyoming's classrooms, and this is one way to get that done. All right, so one of those Wyoming heroes is my friend Director Cooley, so come on up.
Thank you.
Short and sweet.
Thank you. I will be short and sweet as well. I just want to congratulate the Department of Education on this incredible feat. I've got my team here of apprenticeship experts as well, and as they know, working on putting together an apprenticeship opportunity and an apprenticeship program is difficult, and it takes time, it takes effort, and it takes a lot of really dedicated people. And the time frame that you all put this together in has been incredible. And what that indicates to me is the incredible need that you've all seen for this. And not just the theoretical need, the need right now that you have out there in your communities to get these people in the pipeline and going through this program to get them into the classrooms to be working with as teachers in your classroom. So I just want to congratulate you on the program. I want to thank my team, Holly McCamey-Simone, administrator in my office, Shay Moon, program administrator, Sharon Geisler, and Ivy Moore in our office as well. Thank you for the apprenticeship team in my office. I know there's been a whole group of people that have taken part in this as well. I can't name them all, but we've had school board members and teachers of the year and any number of other people that have taken part in this. It's just Mike Broad with the Department of Labor State Apprenticeship Office, and just any number of other people, and it's just been a remarkable effort. But thank you. The apprenticeship movement in this state is really getting started. And what this does and what it can do is really show what the state of Wyoming can do when it sets its mind to it and when it recognizes the need. So thank you. You are setting the stage for what we can do in many other areas. Thank you again.
I'd like to, can you hear me? I'd like to recognize really quickly, there were two key leaders in these efforts, one from the Department of Education and one from the PTSB. So I'd like to recognize Dr. Laurel Ballard as the WDE representative that led the work. And then on the PTSB, the Professional Teaching Standards Board side, we have Brendan, who had quite a load to get this work done in the time that we did. So we'd like to give him a moment to share some thoughts.
Thank you, Linda. Hopefully my audio is still coming through. So the Professional Teaching Standards Board is excited to be part of this initiative. It has been a lot of work, and it hasn't just been on my shoulders. Had some of my team involved, but also there's University of Wyoming, educators, faculty there, educators across the state have contributed to this. So this is a Wyoming initiative. It is helping, it's a Wyoming workforce issue for a long-term sustainable way to maintain educators, qualified educators in our state, so that we don't just train them and then they leave the state, that they train, they stay in our communities and contribute to our future generation of our students. So they are meeting the needs that the state has. They're meeting the requirements that the state has as well. And so we are confident that they will be producing qualified and quality educators for the foreseeable future. So we are excited to be participating and partnering in this with the Department of Ed and Department of Workforce Services as well. So we look forward to many years, hopefully, of continued success, and that we'll be able to report back in a few years. It says, look at all these people that have come through and are successful employees in the district, successful contributors to their communities. So thank you.
Brendan. One thing to mention is that there have been dozens and dozens of people who have worked incredibly hard at this, and I wish we had an opportunity to name everyone. They've come from all organizations in the state, you know, from post-secondary education to the associations that are in education to the business community. So it's been a team effort, and if we could say all your names, I promise you we certainly would. I'd like to ask Michael to come up, Michael Broad. And Chad, would you join us again? And Michael is going to go through, I'm going to give you a minute to say something too. Michael will go through and sign the documents, and then Chad will have a seat and do the same, and then she'll be able to present us with our certificate.
First of all, I wanted to say thank you to everyone that worked on these program standards. About 9 months ago, I was brought into the office, and it was Linda and Wanda and Laurel and Brendan, and we sat in a room with a little whiteboard. Now, many of you that have worked with me, you know I like big whiteboards. Okay, I'm a visual person, and I've got to make diagrams. We had this little whiteboard that was probably about this size, and we had this strung all over with all these ideas and these different directions that they were all talking about. Because what we had done originally is looked at the Tennessee model, but it wasn't really fitting with what Wyoming wanted. So we went off on Wyoming's direction, and it was wonderful. I have to say, all of the people that were involved, oftentimes in many of the meetings, I felt like the dumbest person in the video or chat thing, because everyone just had these great visions and these directions they wanted to go. And I'm like, okay, and trying to stand taller or sit taller so I could get it to penetrate my brain with everything that was going on. We have the Cadillac of registered apprenticeship programs for K-12 teachers. I get to look at all of them for all around the country. Many of them prepare paraprofessionals at different groups to go on to the next level. This one prepares teachers to walk out the door, get their license, and walk into a classroom. This is the Cadillac program in the nation right now. And I am going to, once this is all done and I gather everybody's information, I am putting a press release out for national recognition for this program because it is the Cadillac of the nation. And everyone that has been part of this has offered to allow all of the other interested parties in other states to see what they have done to share this model with everyone. So kudos to Wyoming. Woohoo! Okay. From the power vested in me, no. What I would like to do is, as a representative of the Office of Apprenticeship with the Department of Labor, I am providing you the certificate of program from the Department of Labor. Now, this certificate is yours to utilize as any way you want, but mostly it represents all the hard work of getting this program completed. And it basically states the Wyoming Department of Education is the owner of this new registered K-12 program, and the official DOL number and the date signed by John Ladd, who is the director of the Office of Apprenticeship. Thank you.
Those on Zoom, we're all finished up here. Thank you for joining us.